Hello miners, Rusty coming at you. Today we're going to take a look at another Baron Sun. We took a look at 3 Baron Suns last weekend. If I'm doing this right, we're going to have 3 this weekend. And this is called the Genuine India Stag Bone. And that's a trademark. Okay, and so what that is that's a bone that's cut and dyed to look like India Stag. They only have 1 pin, notice that on the other ones, and I really like the finish they have on these. I think it's nickel silver on their bolsters. If you hold this up to light, I do have a little gap between the liner and the bone. It's not bad, and a little gap right in here. Otherwise, I mean, there's small gaps in there, but overall I like the finish. I like the color of how it turns out. And let's get into the action. The action is lacking. I only have a couple case knives to compare these to, and these are cheaper than case, and the action is definitely not as good on these as it is on a lot of the case knives. Now, having said that, I do like the blade on these. This is what they're calling high carbon steel. It's a stainless steel, and I do have word that it's basically 440B, which is kind of the American equivalent of Oz 8 or 8CR 13. So in the modern knife world, that's not a great steel, but in the traditional knife world, it's actually pretty good. Now over here, we have another. Let's take a look at these nail nicks. They're just your plain nail nicks. On this, much better action and a very nice spade blade. The spade blade is probably not very well loved, but this one has a great, it's kind of canted down, and it came sharp. So, and I like the finish. I think that's a good working finish. In other words, if you use your knife, little sharpening choils, a little bit of drag, but we do have, you know, when you go like that, it does spring back and does have some snap. This one, if you go like that, there's no spring back. Okay, we're going to do some comparisons to another knife. And that other knife is a Rough Rider Cinnamon Bone Stag. So they have 3 pins, but it seems like this pin is usually proud. In fact, I think it's proud on both sides and maybe even on the marbles. You can see the cinnamon color, and it's much gnarlier. And if you know what I mean when I say gnarlier, okay, so I don't know which you guys prefer. And I've shown enough Rough Riders, I won't spend a great deal of time. This one does not have the RT bolsters. It does have 2 nail nicks, has T10 carbon steel, and a action that smokes the Baron Sun's blade on the clip point. So we'll take a look. I actually prefer the Baron Sun blade in shape. And give me a second. Guys, the gap each holding this up to the light is amazing. Very, very little. Action's very good. And take a peek at how the bones kind of swell. And I like that. This has no, just a dead spring. Well, let's compare this spade blades. We have dual nail nicks, which is kind of sucky, but we do have a nice spring. So Rough Riders, by the way, will run you about $20. I paid $56 for this. It's USA made, and that's about the only advantage. Oh, I guess I can get warranty work done, which, if I haven't said so, I plan on doing. So that's how that is. This one is a little bit more straight out the get-go. Overall, I do like the Baron Sun handle, covers better, blade shapes. If this had the action, oh man, I think they would sell a ton of them. But let me know what you guys think. If you go and base your decision on the country it's made in or the covers, that's really one thing that a lot of people buy different trappers for, is the options. For example, slanted bolsters, threaded bolsters, polished bolsters, and then bone covers, jig covers, the color of the covers. These are kind of brushed like a machined, but the coloring's good. All right guys, that's enough. Thanks now.